What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights of the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm and do not forget to subscribe. So check the links in the description section of this video if you're just getting started off with investing. I got some free resources down there for y'all, stocks and crypto. So if you're a beginner, why not use that resource? So we are back again with another LUNC update. We're going to talk about what's going on with Terra Luna Classic. We haven't covered this one in maybe a week or so, so we are still holding our bags here, but obviously the prices have pulled back significantly, so we're revisiting to see, you know, what's going on, and if possibly we want to, not financial advice, but get some more. Now, let's check it out real quick. Quick Google search to see which articles we get. Top articles, of course, we want to go over. And you always want to be, one thing, you know, I try to show y'all, you know, walk y'all through, you know, the process of figuring out certain things. One thing you always want to understand is there are certain biases depending on, you know, which article or which website is producing the article. So keep that in mind as well. But Luna Classic and Terra Luna investors are heavily dumping this week. Now, obviously that was the case with the entire market, but, you know, you got to remember how they say certain things, how they word the, you know, the headlines and things like that. You know, sometimes it could be to grab more attention, but at the same time, it could be to put out some FUD. So keep that in mind as well, because a lot of these big media outlets will pump FUD, but at the same time, while the prices are falling, they'll be securing their bags, loading up their bags, and then magically everything will be good again, and they're in. So now investors will flock back to it, pump the prices back up, and now they just made a killing. That's a process that they do over and over. So keep that in mind. Let's see. The crypto market is bleeding red this week, and most coins like Luna Classic and Terra Luna registered huge plunges over the past few days. The last 7 days have seen LUNC and Luna holders dump heavily. In fact, Luna Classic had declined by 14% in the last 7 days as of writing. Terra Luna has been the worst performing coin of the two, with the current chart showing it had declined 26.6% in the past 7 days. Although these coins have been stable today, the outlook is still bearish. So what we got from that, though, is there's a 26% discount on Luna and a 14% discount on the last 7 days. And I think it might be a little bit more than that. We're going to check the charts in a second. So crypto experts predict that Luna and LUNC might post a drop in the next few days. However, while these Terra coins have been declining, see right here, we get promotion for other coins. So this is why you got to be careful with some of these articles. It can really just be intended to, you know, slip in another promotion of a project. So we're gonna back out of this one right here, because we can obviously see this is heavily biased. Not only that, but they're shilling their own projects, or not their own projects, but whatever projects they want to. So let's see what else we got. So burn LUNC crosses 26 billion, but is this enough? So the Luna Classic community has been burning the cryptocurrency for a couple of months now, following the collapse of the Terra network. It has been on a reasonable momentum since then, with the likes of Binance joining in on the action. So far, there has been more than 26 billion tokens burned, but the question still remains if this is significant to the overall supply of the digital asset. So less than 0.4% of the supply. The LUNC burn has since crossed 26 billion. Obviously, this was helped along by crypto exchange Binance, which has burned more than 3 million worth of LUNC at this point. It also goes to show how fast the token burn is moving in terms of dollar value. So, however, when held up against the total supply of cryptocurrency, this number falls short. At 26.3 billion tokens burned, it puts the total burn volume at just 0.38% of the total supply of the digital asset. In the end, it makes the burn figure inconsequential, since it has no significant bearing on the supply by an extension. The price of LUNC in the market, for LUNC to record any impact on the price, more coins would need to be burned at an accelerated rate, which would mean hundreds of billions of tokens instead of tens of billions. This way, there's a more significant amount of the supply being taken out of circulation, and a reduced supply means a higher value. So obviously, you know, people aren't going to always be satisfied with the total amount of burn, but that's one thing you got to take into account, you know, how much of the supply is being burnt? You know, will investors eventually get exhausted? Will people get bored with it? How long is the average, investment horizon for the average LUNC holder? You know, I look at this as another one of those lottery plays I told y'all about. Just like we talked about FTX yesterday. I said if you want to grab some, you know, like a quick, gamble or something very, very small, the equivalent of a real life lottery ticket or something like that, then yeah, you can do it for it to have fun with it. But I would not be just, really putting any serious money into, the projects, because I tell y'all to keep three things in mind. You know, it's okay to grab certain projects on discounts. Now, let's take a look at the chart real quick while we go over this. But it's okay to grab certain projects on discounts if the community hasn't changed, if nothing really fundamentally changed about the project, and so community, the fundamentals haven't changed, and the team. So if this team is still there, the same individuals are in place, they still have the same goals, they're still working towards the same developments. The community is still confident, has faith in the team, then you really don't have anything to worry about, especially if the fundamentals are strong. Now, we've seen with Terra Luna Classic, in that ecosystem, the things fundamentally have changed. So, we do see a strong community still there, and we do see, the team has changed. We do see different bodies stepping up to, try to provide value to the ecosystem. But that's why I'm not as confident in it, though, because it doesn't have those three things. So, I do like the community's, bullishness behind it, but that's why we only look at it as a lottery play. So looking at the overall market, up 10%, cooling off a little bit. It was up 12% a little earlier, and I believe a little higher before that. But 884 billion right now in market cap. We've seen this number pull back to around 750 something billion yesterday. We got FTX trending up 52%. So those who caught that dip on a lottery play yesterday, then you'll be up 52% on whatever you put in. So whatever you want to do, take profits on that. If if you want to hold it long term and just see what happens, it depends on your strategy. Everybody doesn't have the same strategy, but you just want to know what your strategy is before you continue just moving forward. Don't not have a strategy, because then at certain levels you won't know what to do. So Hi-Fi Finance up 27%. We might have to check that one out. I haven't really heard of this one. MFT, nah. Solana up 19%. This is one we talked about yesterday. How I talked about, if the team fundamentals and the community hasn't changed, and you see a discount like that, I believe we seen a discount like almost 26% or something like that yesterday on Solana. Is like, you want to snatch that up, So Bitcoin at 17,489. And remember, none of this is financial advice. Always be wise about it. Don't put yourself in a tough situation. Don't go trying to buy. You should have emergency funds put up as well. As long as you got some type of emergency fund, where you can sustain yourself, because that way you don't want to put in money that, if the price pulls back and you run into an emergency, you have to sell your assets for a loss, because remember, it's not really a loss until you sell. You can always give it time to rebound. Bitcoin up 8.4% today. Down 13.6% for the week. So we've seen a nice pullback. Still, these are good weekly levels to buy at. 16% discounts with Ethereum 1285, up 13.9% on the day. We got BNB at 299, up 11% for the day. This is one of my favorite ones as well up there. I think BNB will really be up there one day. Hopefully, we don't see anything crazy going on with Binance in the future, because look at what happened with FTX. They stepped in to bail out, Voyager, the Three Arrows Capital situation. They stepped in to provide money there. And look at this, a few months later, now they're, basically facing insolvency or bankruptcy. So, I'm hoping, and they didn't say anything to us about it. They told us everything was fine, nothing was, wrong. So I'm really hoping, we're not seeing a glimpse of this with Binance as well, because that could be, major for the crypto space. Now, somebody in the comments asked me earlier, do I think the crypto market is doomed? I definitely don't think it's doomed, because no matter what happens, buyers will still buy. So, it'll be certain prices where Bitcoin will become too much of a steal for people not to buy it. And that will establish a floor. And eventually, there are certain investors that their full-time job is figuring out what to do with their money and how to invest it. That's their full-time job. They can't not invest. They have to invest. So these markers are always going to be around, So I'm not worried about it in that sense. Of course, we can get shaken around, but that's why you want to have, you know, a long-term perspective and dollar cost average into the market, so that way, you know, it doesn't put you in a tough situation. XRP up 12.9%, 13% basically. Well, it just hit 13% right now, sitting at 39 cents. We are down 14.2% on the week. You can add to the bag there. This is not financial advice. I'm just saying, you know, I like to set my sights around 10%. I'm watching 15% if it's something I'm really confident in and I want to add to my bag. 15% is a good enough discount for me to, you know, start to dollar cost average in. So Cardano, because remember, you want to buy on the red days. You don't want to buy on green days. You want to buy when the markets are bleeding, when you see discounts. So Cardano 36 cent up 13.3%, Doge 8 cent up 16.8%. We got Polygon pumping right now 32% up to $1.12 right now. Shib at that 10.16 level up to up 10.5% for the day, still down 13.5% for the week. Also Solana down 43% for the week still. So, you know, even though this is a green day here, you know, overall, if you're looking at it and you were just on a dollar consistent, you know, investing schedule, this would not be a bad time to buy it either. Almost 50% discount for the week. So let's take a look at Terra Luna Classic real quick. Do a little technical analysis here, so we can see the price at that 1938 level, basically flat right now for the day. So let's look at the candlesticks, pull out a few of our trusty indicators. Start off with our RSI. We can see it's at a level at 37 right now. We know 35 and below is considered oversold. If it gets to that 70 or above level, it's considered overbought. So right now it is close to being you know, it is oversold right now. You know, it could get a little more oversold too, but you know, this is definitely a good level if you're planning on adding to your bag. Now, if this is one that you don't want to play, then that's fine. But if you do want to add to the bag, you know, there's people that was buying heavily in this area here. So look at all these green candles. Look at this. So the fact that you get to get in underneath this, and this is smart money movement in this area, you get a chance to get back in where smart money was investing at. So you know, take that into consideration. Now let's look at also our VWAP to determine, you know, what trend, are we on that uptrend or not. Let's make this wider. Let's take those bands off so we can see just one line. Also, if you want to get my technical analysis course, you can reach out to me via email, DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. Teach you how to use, you know, and we only go through a few on, you know, some of these videos, but my course is way more in depth where we break these things down, teach you about the tools, how to use these, all what they mean, how to put them together, how to understand chart patterns, candlesticks, and just, you know, how to make it all make sense. So let's see. Right now we are trading on a 1 hour chart above the VWAP, so it's letting us know that the uptrend is starting. So also we look at that moving average, look at that 200 day, and we'll be able to see that the price is not yet the price is close to it. Matter of fact, that's not the 200. That can't be. Yeah, that's not the 200. I'm like, it's pretty close. I'm like, that's bullish. Okay, there we go. That look more. Okay, there we go. That's better. So now we got the 200 day on there. So this is used as a resistance point if the candles are trading below it. And if the candles are trading above it, we know it's used as a support level. This is a key area where a lot of investors, you know, choose to either step in a project or start to sell off a project. So if the candles are moving up towards this point, you'll start to see a lot of selling pressure as it moves in this direction. But if we are trading above it and the price, you know, taps down to find support here, we see a lot of people use that as a buying indicator, and normally we can see a push off of there. But even to get in these buy in at these levels before it even gets there, if you're confident in the project for the long term, then you know that's better anyway, because you know eventually it will get back to that point if you're confident in the project. Now and for my traders, those that want to, you know, probably day trade around with it, let's take a look. We got to remove one of these indicators. Let's pull out our Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are, you know, really good tool or indicator to use if you want to day trade or, you know, swing trade these assets, because you can basically understand where, you know, the upper Bollinger Band is, lower Bollinger Band, and then we got the mid Bollinger Band here, this orange line. And you can use this orange line as a support and resistance level, if depending on if the candles are coming up from the, you know, the bottom, and then it would be a resistance, or if the candles are falling down towards this line, then it would be used as a support. Now notice right here, we've seen the price tap that upper Bollinger Band, which is used as a resistance. It starts to sell off, and usually it comes to retrace back around this mid Bollinger Band. And this is used as a buying indicator for a lot of people. Notice how that candle is showing a lot of buying. You notice how it's pumping up right now because it just tapped off of this. We had the red candle straight into here, but it basically held support on this mid Bollinger Band. So we're seeing some people step in right there. Now that doesn't mean the price can't fall back further, because this is the lower Bollinger Band. The price can trade down here, but this was just a signal for a lot of people to take an entry here. So we'll see how that plays out. Normally we'll see it go touch that upper Bollinger Band again before it starts to sell off. So that's around that 20,240 level. So if you want to, you know, try to trade this or scalp this, then those are some levels for you. On the low end, we got the lower Bollinger Band at that 18.5 level. So RSI on a 1 hour chart is in the 54 range, so not yet overbought or oversold. So it's room, it could still go either way. So basically, with the other indicators showing that it's likely a good time to buy right now, we're gonna most likely see it pump towards this upper Bollinger Band. But that's all we got for this video. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we are